Five Nights at Freddy's plushes.
There was another famous clown coming for next year's HHN.
Our Squirrel and Savior.
The opening date of Halloween Horror Nights 2026. Got little Jack the Clown. Okay guys, we're back at Universal Studios Florida. It's time for a massive Halloween Horror Nights 2026 update. There's no off season at this point. So we have permit names, which kind of give us a little tease of what the house is about. That just dropped. Murdy's tweeting out stuff. Horror Unleashed has dropped a ton of information about what's happening currently. And so on that note, it is time to talk about the Halloween Horror Nights. Turn the day right. This is a reprint from HHN 2000. So on that note, let's roll the commercial.
Not afraid of the dark? You don't know Jack. UPN 33, AT&T, and Universal Orlando want to send you to meet Jack and his army of demented clowns at Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights 10. It's all new this year with more gore than ever before. Watch UPN 33 Saturday movies for your chance to win a weekend of terror at Halloween Horror Nights 10, brought to you by AT&T. Florida residents save $10 in advance at Ticketmaster and Spencer Gifts with a coupon from Taco Bell or a specially marked 2-liter Coca-Cola label. Universal Studios all-new Halloween Horror Nights 10 with UPN 33.
Okay, welcome back. So on that note, let's head in.
Still no medallion up for the holiday time. Probably next week we'll see that pop up. We just got into the park. Looks like they changed out all the window displays. They had the Bubble Wand interactive element. Those are all gone. So we have a window display for Hello Kitty. We're gonna come over here. We got the little minions. Looks like they're knitting a little scarf right there. I like that they added a little bit of like 3D textured elements. So you have real buttons and then real yarn. So we'll come over here. Then we're gonna have the Grinch. So the Grinch, they kind of did like a 3D design where they kind of layered everything. The heart looks like it might illuminate. This is a really good one. So cross stitch the Jurassic logo. Over here, we're gonna have some buttons, some Christmas lights. Now the best part is over here. So you're gonna have this yarn with the Christmas lights here come up, and there's a freaking Velociraptor right there with the Christmas lights around it. Then over here, the Great Hall at Christmas. So we have all the different presents for all the different houses. They got the floating candles, the Christmas tree, and then some more gifts over here. So yeah, this will look really good during the nighttime.
We're gonna head over to the old Christmas shop right now.
A lot of managers, a lot of movement around the old Christmas shop. Now the Christmas shop's been closed for a very long time, so I'm interested to see what they've put in there. They're bringing out a banner. The Universal Backlot Club.
We have no idea what's in there. They said something HHN related. All right, the teams are filming something. All right, there's some sort of performer walking through with the boots. Saw a performer walk in, had a red bandana and cowboy boots, so it might be chains. We'll see what's in there.
Hacking?
No, I'm not. I'm good.
This is my chain, all right? Now this is my favorite chain right over here, but I had to retire her because as you mentioned, the whole train incident, allegedly, we had to retire that girl and right here. Hatchet's favorite hatchet. I know.
Oh my gosh.
You weren't supposed to say that, but you're right. You're right. When you're right, you're right. Yes. Well said, Hatchet. Two-man team.
Our Squirrel and Savior. It's great to see you, buddy. How's Pearl? Is Pearl doing good? What's in the trees? What'd you add in here?
Yep.
A little present? Oh, there's nuts. Well, I don't hear any nuts in there. It might be socks. I know you're not wearing any socks. You get some Gerg socks, maybe.
I'm confused. Is this one yours or mine?
I'm just like genuinely surprised because I didn't expect that at all. See what's going on with the tribute store. See if they've added anything or changed anything in the old Mummy gift shop. Because before there was kind of a well-themed overarching story that the team put in a couple years ago within the Mummy gift shop. So now we have the props from the HHN tribute store. So I want to see how it looks and if there's a new story.
Okay, so this is interesting. They have some of the props still here from HHN. The full overarching story that happened a couple years ago has now been removed. It was in all these pieces of paper and stuff we went over during HHN season. Arcade is closed. That's still here. Some of the props are over here, but now there's a light on them. The tree has appeared, but Earl the Squirrel should be popping out right there. He's not been installed yet, I don't think. Well, Earl's technically over there. So one tower is Holiday, one tower is HHN. There's a code. I like this. It's a little Easter egg. 1991, first year, Fright Nights for HHN. All right, so the other code is 2020, the year that Earl the Squirrel was born. He was born that year. All right, so they're rotating characters out, so we've come back.
All right, look at this. Look at this fancy contraption here.
I do love the eyeball. It's a little cat eyeball, isn't it?
Yeah, it's real. That was a big boy right there.
How's your little cat right here?
Mortimer, well, he's just taking a nap. He's a little camera shy. All these cameras around. You say, hey, Mortimer.
Hi, Mortimer. How are you doing?
Baby. He's just a little moody.
He's got a
He might
hairball
need
that might need to come out.
That's what it is. He might need to use litter box too. Don't you be using it on my shoulder, Mortimer.
I feel like your shirt was white at one point.
Wasn't it though?
Yeah.
It was white as white could be, wasn't it? You know, that's what you get
Yeah.
being a cat lady.
Kevin, come on this side. Kevin. Okay, you're safe now, Kevin.
Okay.
That was. Oh, no,
Is this the line?
You gotta stay on this side. You gotta stay on this side.
Okay. Are you scared of the cat lady?
Am I scared?
Look at her over there.
I'm petrified. Okay? Yeah. I thought that was Mrs. Claus, and then she turned around and said, "That's not Mrs. C."
Is she on the naughty list?
I'm scared to check.
don't-
She's an animal lover, so I mean that's a good thing, I think. And I heard that there were lots of kids that go to her house because she's sweet, but then I don't know where those kids went, and there were more cats. So I don't know what that's all about.
What if she could turn you into a reindeer? Would you
Turn
like
me into
that?
a reindeer?
Yeah.
Hold up, is that what that thing does? I want to be a reindeer. Watch out, Rudolph. Here comes Giggles. I think that's the sound the reindeer makes.
But I want to talk about the Backlot Club. It's gonna be more than just a card. For HHN, you scan the towers and then you got an actual physical card. Today it was for a meet and greet, but they're gonna try different things. So it's gonna be more than meet and greets and cards. They want to kind of create surprise and delight moments. So I like that they're actually giving you a physical reward. I hate when companies like do this like scan this reward stuff and it's just like for a digital NFT. No one likes it because of that. So if you give an actual physical card or an actual meet and greet or something, people are gonna do it because they want that exclusive little offering. So I think that's gonna work if they're going that route with exclusive offerings. They did release the calendar for Universal Studios Hollywood, so now we know the opening date of Halloween Horror Nights 2026. So for Universal Studios Hollywood, from February till March will be pass member bonus benefits, and then from March till May is going to be Butterbeer season. Then from April 26th until May 16th will be Fan Fest. We talk about that in an upcoming video. In May, there's going to be a pass member collectible giveaway, then a pass member special event in May and June. Then Mega Movie Summer is returning. 4th of July celebration, back to Hogwarts for August through September. Pass holder appreciation days from August through September. And then we got Halloween Horror Nights starts on September 3rd through November 1st. November, there's going to be a special pass holder collectible giveaway. The holidays start from November till December. In December, there'll be another pass member park takeover. And then Eve will be on December 31st. So that's the whole rundown for Universal Studios Hollywood. And then Fast and Furious opens sometime in 2026. So that means Universal Studios Orlando's HHN will probably start about a week before Hollywood's, like it always does.
All right, we're in the Wizarding World now. The garland has appeared throughout the entire land. There's some different wreaths. They're all themed to the store. So we will have an upcoming video where we do the deep dive into every single garland detail throughout all of Universal Studios, because there's a lot of fun Easter eggs. Christmas light update. These lights are not on, but these are on. Let's see what's going on. So they still have the facade still up for dolls. They're tearing a bunch of stuff out though. The facade is still up for Hatch. I think they might do a behind the scenes tour for IAPA. These have not been fully torn out facade wise.
So it looks like for IAPA, there is going to be a behind the screams of Halloween Horror Nights on November 18th. This is going to be an extra paid experience on top of the IAPA ticket. Join the Universal Orlando entertainment team for a presentation of what goes into planning and executing the world's premier Halloween event. Learn about the creative design process, operations, costuming, special effects, and more. Attendees will get a behind the scenes look at the haunted attractions that leave guests screaming for more. Now this event is sold out already. Now we're here in Springfield and they have Five Nights at Freddy's plushes that you can win for this game. Doc is up here just chilling on the train right there. The construction walls have been pushed out, I think, even further here. Now it does look like the food booth is missing, so maybe they're gonna do a massive food booth, kind of like what they did with Update in the front of the park, where like the Wicked food booth, where they kind of had fans and they make it and they put the screen in there. So they might just be updating the food booth, but it looks like it's missing because I don't see the top of it. Now this has popped up. They just might be replacing the concrete, just so guests don't trip over it, but they're not running any cords or anything. Okay, so now let's go over the permit names for the HHN haunted houses. So there's 10 of them. Doesn't look like an 11th house, but it looks like there's 10. What they do is they have a nickname for each one of the houses. So internally, when they're talking about the house, it's not spoiled or leaked. They're just talking about it by the nickname. And on permits, it's just by a nickname. So it kind of represents something within the house, or kind of a tease or nod to it. Some years it's fruits, some years it's desserts. This year, it's about like transportational vehicles. So HHN Wiki posted this on Twitter. All 10 Halloween Horror Nights 35 house permits and code names have been released. This year, they are themed to vehicles and modes of transportation. So where Graves of Flesh was, the House's nickname is going to be Train. Where Hatchet Chains was, the nickname is going to be Shuttle. Where Dolls was, it's going to be Wagon. Where Five Nights at Freddy's was, it's going to be called Bus. Graves is also named Chariot. Where Gulkin was, it's called Hearse. Where Jason Universe was, it's called Helicopter. Where El Artista was, the nickname is Balloon. Where Fallout was, it's nicknamed Tractor. And where WWE was, it's nicknamed Car. So within those little code names, you might be able to figure out which houses are going to those spots.
All right, we got a truss work update. So they got the truss up because it looks like the tribute store is returning here. I know you guys really wanted the holiday tribute store to be in the Mummy gift shop, but it's not. It looks like it'll be over here. Did they add any little Easter eggs in the window or anything? Maybe a couple days before it opens, they'll add a little tease. Nothing in this window. Let's pop into 5 and Dime, see if there's anything new. $80. I got the Bride of Frankenstein hoodie. Sleeve, it'll have her hair design. And it said she's alive, but it's 80 bucks. It's going to be the Universe collection, so it's kind of the higher quality material. $15 for this little notebook of the bride's lips. $65, they're going to have a button-up shirt with the bride's lips. Not a fan of the material. It's kind of like scratchy. I wouldn't suggest picking the shirt up. $55 this is a Bride of Frankenstein dress. It's kind of like a see-through dress, and then another dress underneath with the bride's face. Watched the Netflix Frankenstein film. Really enjoyed it. $50. So it's got clips from the Bride of Frankenstein film. $55. They got the crossbody bag. It'll say Frankenstein on it. It's got the stitching. It's like a glittered stitch design. Then if you look down at the bottom, there's some bolts. $20 for the Bride of Frankenstein hair wallet, and then $25 for the ring. $65 for this Frankenstein's monster her sweatshirt. Got the stitching right there. It's a little bit of a distressing. $65. We got a skeleton hand. And that's it. $80 for this Frankenstein's monster hoodie. So you've kind of the stitching right there, subtly in there. And you got Frankenstein's monster right there. And this is going to be a zip up. So on the inside, in the hood, you'll have designs of Frankenstein's monster. $35 for this shirt. This is not a good shirt. It's got a weird like fuzzy design to it. I guess to represent the bride's hair, but it's got her lips. I don't like that. $50 for some Bride of Frankenstein gym shorts. It's got her hair design right on the side of it. $95 for this Woody Woodpecker racing jacket. Yeah, Woody right there. And then on the back it'll say Motorsport. $50 for this Woody Woodpecker plush. On the back it'll say Woody Woodpecker. $80 for these sweatpants. Just says Woody Woodpecker on it. Over here, we're gonna have a zip-up hoodie, $80. I like the design of Woody right there. And I'll say Woody Woodpecker on the back. And then $30 for the short sleeve shirt, Woody Woodpecker. $45 for a long sleeve Woody Woodpecker racing shirt. And then $80 for this Woody Woodpecker jacket. And then it's got a little patch on it. Everybody thinks I'm crazy. And then $80 for this motocross Woody Woodpecker hoodie. I don't know how well this is gonna sell. I feel like it's very kind of niche, like racing Woody Woodpecker merchandise. $37, we're gonna have a Casper shirt. You look like you've seen a ghost. You got a little Casper right there. $45 for this purple long sleeve sweatshirt. It says time to get spooky with a little Casper right there. And then $80 for this hoodie. Humanity, kindness, community, mindfulness. Casper. And then $37 for this shirt. Seeing is believing. Cosmic Feels. Let's pop into the Wicked tribute store real quick. $100 Wicked. Got the hot air balloon right there, the flying monkeys. Nice jacket. Nothing on the back. $70 for this long sleeve sweatshirt. Got a glittered polka dot design to it with the Oz logo. They've changed this whole area now to the holiday time with the Grinch.
Now there's so much holiday merch we still got to go over, but I'm not trying to bog down an HHN update with holiday merchandise. So on that note, I know what you guys are really here for. There's John Murdy right there. John! Okay, so John Murdy tweeted out this. FYI, just finished the treatment for house number 3 for HHN 2026 at Universal Studios Hollywood. It came in at a stout 110 pages. Trying to do some things in this house we've never done before. Will be interesting to see how it turns out. What's the weirdest thing you had to research for this treatment? John says, the scent of a certain tree. And then John tweeted out this. You just finished the most successful Halloween Horror Nights in the event's history. Where are you gonna go? I'm gonna go to Universal Studios Hollywood. My kids want to go before we head back to Ireland Friday. Please ignore the old man limping around the park today. And then someone said, presenting Poltergeist exactly as originally presented only highlights how bad the Black Hallway era was at its worst. John responds with, well, that was actually changed, reduced with added scare, the clown. I will say about half the Poltergeist house was just black hallways. It was pretty bad. John Murdy, Are any of the props and costumes from Horror Nights in Hollywood given/kept in corporate archives? John says no. Why was the track not on the vinyl this year? I bought it thinking it was, but anything Slash at HHN I'm buying. And then John says, because vinyls take a long time to press and the track wasn't ready for it.
All right, we're back over by the Hard Rock. We saw them put it in the side last time we were here. Now it's up. They're testing the colors. Last time we were here, the construction walls up. I guess they were just working on the concrete. We're heading into Islands now. They got the garland up for the front entrance. All the Christmas decorations are starting to pop up here.
The teams have been working very hard to get all the decorations up. It's been very cold the past couple days. So when they're here like in the middle of the night and first thing in the morning, they're freezing their butt off when they're putting up all the garland and everything.
One of my favorite decorations is always the little bow tie that they put on them. All right, the Grinch is officially meeting. This is the lowest wait time you will see all season. Tomorrow it'll be triple digits for the rest of the year, but it's only an hour-long wait to meet the Grinch. So they finished this side of the bridge. They're working on this side of the bridge now. Let's pop into the Ahazi boutique. Okay, they got them. They have a new mystery box. So there's 8 to collect. We got Jack, the Bride, Frankenstein's Monster, Chucky, Chance, and Scarecrow. And there's 2 mystery minis. They're $22 a piece. Halloween t-shirt company shirts have made it here. We got one of Krampus, $37. So you know what? On that note, let's talk about Horror Unleashed for a second. Everything that got announced.
Okay, so Universal Horror Unleashed Vegas tweeted out this. Universal Horror Unleashed is getting more sinister for the holidays. You better watch out. You better try to hide. I'm telling you why. Krampus is coming to the warehouse. Experience it all with your regular admission. Capture icy tears during this close-up experience. Pose next to Germanic Punisher Krampus, skull-encrusted throne, and Icelandic trolls, Garile's cauldron, as you hide under a rotting tree from the fiendish Greek goblin. Hunger for myths, devour the stories with seasonal food and drinks available for purchase, including a Krampus-themed dessert. There's gonna be a Krampus snow globe, Garile's char, and a chicken dish, and more. A procession of winter nightmares. Descend in a haunting lantern-lit procession happening throughout the night. So this is going to be happening from November 15th until January 3rd at Horror Unleashed out in Vegas. Now let's show images of the costumes.
So they also have another shirt of Krampus right there. So with those characters that were announced for Horror Unleashed, let's do a little deep dive into each one of them and what they actually are.
Okay, so here's a full look of the Krampus that's going to be at Horror Unleashed. So the backstory behind Krampus is a horned figure from the Alpine folklore who punishes naughty children during the Christmas season, serving as a dark counterpart to Saint Nicholas. So Garile is a terrifying ogress associated with Christmas traditions. She's often depicted as a monstrous troll-like creature with a ferocious appetite for misbehaving children. So then the other critters, they're lanky red-eyed beings with long nails and black tails, like gnomes, very mischievous and agile, who would jump from one rooftop to the next and sneak their way into homes through the chimney or keyholes or in backyards and trash everything in sight or steal food and children, especially those born on Christmas Day.
We will have Halloween on Christmas, and it's the Headless Horseman with some reindeer. Here's another one, Merry Christmas. I like this one. It's got a bunch of different cryptids. We saw a bunch of these cryptids inside the Mardi Gras tribute store last year. Got another shirt, Halloween, open 24/7. Be kind. Not a monster, is a monster hiding behind a pumpkin. They also have Frosty the Snowman, but he's like the Headless Horseman. $18 a piece. Looks like the Halloween t-shirt company now has ornaments. Over here, we're gonna see the Krampus ornament. And then we're gonna have like an evil nutcracker ornament. The Headless Horseman, Frosty the Snowman, that jack-o'-lantern with a cat.
Okay, it's time to open the new little mystery box. So they're Universe Minis Series 1. They'll definitely have these probably at Horror Unleashed, I would expect, and then also Universal Studios Hollywood. They're a blind box, so you can't return them once you open it. So on that note, let's not get Chucky. You remember that one year with the Studio Screamers? We just got Chucky over and over and over again. You open it up, you get like a blood bag. Now, we don't know what the chasers are yet. Hopefully we get a chaser. You're gonna be f***ing kidding me. F***ing Chucky. F***ing Chucky. It comes with a collectible little card. Charles Lee Ray, aka Chucky, was a serial killer whose soul was transferred to a good guy's doll using voodoo, where he continued his killing spree. We really want Jack. That's what I want. I want Jack and Chance. Haha, okay. We spoke Jack into existence. Got little Jack the Clown right there. So his card will say, born as Jack Schmidt. Jack the Clown is a homicidal egomaniac resurrected through the use of dark magic and declared one of the 5 minions of fear. Now, Universal's released a bunch of different Jack figures over the years. So this was one of the first vinyl figures, and then we went to the Studio's Screamer version of Jack the Clown. I do wish they continued the art style in the Studio Screamers. I prefer that better than this version of the mystery packs. Next one, so let's not get Chucky. Okay, we got Chance. And then Chance's card is gonna say, the right-hand woman to Jack. Chance acts as an assistant during their stage shows and falsely presents herself with a childlike innocence between fits of rage. All right, looks like Coconut Club signs have gone up. It's returning to the ski lodge. It looks like Mistletoe Pines Ski. Red Coconut Club. Okay guys, you're back at the office. So before I talk about some more HHN 35 stuff, I also stopped by the P.O. Box. I want to talk about the Backlot Club. I was talking with a bunch of the team members and they were saying they're in their beta phase. So they're still kind of figure out what it's potentially gonna become, but I think there's a lot of potential there. They want to have this interactive kind of virtual gamified experience within inside the park. They're gonna have a Universal Studios Orlando and Universal Studios Hollywood. You'll go in and, you know, scan the different towers and there'll be some other stuff apparently coming, they were saying. And then you'll kind of get some digital rewards and then also physical rewards. So like for HHN, we got the collectible cards. Today we got the surprise little experience, but they want to do like other stuff. It truly was like a little magical moment. I had no idea what I was walking into inside the old Christmas shop. I was like, oh my God, there's Hatchet and there's Chains. And then there's Earl the Squirrel before Earl was even meeting inside the park. So I kind of like that they have these little magical moments because like when you go to Disney, there's no longer any magical moments, but you go to Universal, they're gonna kind of create magical moments for the fans. Now, one of the things they really got to work on is like they can't make it too limited where only a couple people get to do it. So they got to make it where enough people can get the little surprise and delight magical moment, but then also make it still feel exclusive. I think it's going to be coming to Fan Fest, I'm pretty sure. We got a box. One challenge I think would be fun is every time you would go to Universal Studios, you can kind of scan in to the Backlot. And like, let's say you scan in to the Backlot app when you visit Universal, like 25 times in a year, right? You would unlock a different surprise. I feel like if they set it up where you would get something for popping into Universal a certain amount of times, because at the end of the day, to get someone to go to a theme park, they're gonna spend money no matter what. So the cost of that card did not cost that much for HHN, but it got people in the door every single week. They're buying food, they're buying drinks, so they're making money. That's good. Okay, Monica and Charles, thank you so much. Look, it's Stabby. It's Stabby the popcorn bucket from Not Scary Farm, and then a little ghost also ready to stab someone. I really hope Not Scary Farm makes more Stabby merch. I want to see a plush, a Stabby this year. All right, so back to the Halloween Horror Nights update stuff. So Horror Unleashed, right, had their little kind of Krampus seasonal experience that just started. I had a bunch of friends who were there. They really enjoyed it. They said Horror Unleashed is improving. It's getting there, and the event was actually kind of special and fun. There's some different foods, and the characters apparently looked really, really good in person. There's exclusive photo ops. There's gonna be more seasonal events coming to Horror Unleashed, but you guys want to hear about Halloween Horror Nights 35. We got the little permit names. Within those permit names, you can kind of speculate and kind of figure out what potentially could be coming. So one of the most talked about nicknames for the houses is Balloon. People are trying to think maybe Pennywise and It could be coming as a haunted house because Pennywise has a balloon. I'm just gonna say it might be pretty highly unlikely, and these are the reasons why. There's potentially another clown coming to HHN next year. By adding Pennywise, a very famous clown, to come next year, it really would kind of not make sense if there was another famous clown coming for next year's HHN. So Warner Brothers owns the film and then also TV rights to the It franchise. What whenever there's a haunted house, you have to pay kind of licensing fees for that. So right now, Comcast and Warner Brothers are kind of in talks, maybe, to purchase them. Universal and like Comcast might be potentially purchasing Warner Brothers, who owns the It franchise kind of rights. So I could see the It franchise and Pennywise coming to Halloween Horror Nights down the road if they close this deal. Warner Brothers has a large library of horror-based films, which would save them a lot of money when they want to make HHN houses. We have a ton of HHN updates coming. I really thought there was going to be an off season, but we're in like the preseason right now. So we have the holiday stuff coming this week, tribute store, all the Macy's Day Parade stuff, different food, Grinch Mist, that'll all be coming up in a couple days. So guys, on that note, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button if you have not already. Hit the subscribe button and join the family.
I love the family.
That's it. That's the take. That's the rule. That's the take. You get one take. You get one take. That's it.
Please, Kevin, no.
Because I'm gonna keep you up to date on all things Halloween Horror Nights and Universal Studios around the country. I love you all. I'll see y'all very soon.
This is my chain.
Get Booterade?